sort of some of the changes, maybe take us through some of that changes.
Yeah, we've got, we're resting Lionel. He's got a bit of a groin that we did nurse on tour. Harold has got his bit fluish stuff, a stuffy nose, and he's not feeling too well at this stage, so that gives us a chance to play Apuya at 13, which he did play a lot in his life. He prefers it, in fact, he loves 13. The guys that know him. And yeah, next to Trokkie or Juan Janssen van Rensburg. Then we're sticking with Elton there as a general, and Sylvian gets his run on the wing. He did well. We work on rotation, so he's back in there. And Andries at 15, and we're bringing Madosh back in at the right time, I feel. You know, it was a long tour, and he did so well at stages, and we worked a lot on his confidence, and that's all back, so I'm excited about him as well.
So that centre pairing is a very exciting centre pairing. I mean, what is your message to them, especially this weekend?
The same, you know, we want to score tries, we want to have a go. We did work a bit on momentum today, especially. They like to take it forward, and we were a bit on the back foot 1 or 2 games, so we're trying to rectify that. But you know, we're still scoring tries. We scored 17 tries on tour. I don't know stats wise, Andre, you can help us on that, but you know, it's a lot of tries on tour, although we should have pulled, maybe we wanted a few more wins, but from a try scoring point of view, not too shabby.
With Apuya at 13, one felt that when he played wing and after he made that good start, that he didn't quite have the space. Are you expecting him maybe to excel in a bit more space, if he gets that?
Yes, I hope so. He is a good player. He's got massive talent, and we are trying to get him. The plan is to get him to make sure he carries enough ball.
Coach, the last couple of games, you rather started a bit on the back foot, but your team showed character. Something that you're worried about, that you guys have to come back from a deficit before you start playing your real campaign?
Yeah, you got to look at the whole thing in perspective. We started with a 29-0 win against the Waratahs, which was great, and then second half against the Reds was one of the best rugby we played. We had a terrible first half. We're not proud of that first half, but the rest of the tour was, although they did start ahead, it was touch and go in many games, and you know, I don't want to sound like the rest, but 1 or 2 decisions our way could have made a massive impact on the result. But I'm happy with the progress. If you did ask me before tour, or when we started round 1, what are we now, round 12, 13, that you sit on 31 points and conference leaders, I would take it. It's a very tough competition. I don't know if you saw that cycle that this team beat that team and that team and that team and that team. It's no one running away with the thing, and we did say it in the beginning. So you know, we're in the fight. We're conference leaders and we're in the fight. That's the way we look at it.
Yeah, is there a bit of a worry that you now looking a bit over your shoulder because the other guys can't?
Oh no, not whatsoever. No, we're just going forward game by game, and we take it from there.
Swys, this season you've had a bit of a trend that you've lost games against the teams at the bottom of the log, Blues, Reds, even battled against the Sunwolves. Now the Brumbies are second from bottom at the moment, so you know, what kind of a thing do you expect from them on Saturday?
Yeah, no, they'll come out full blazing. We've got a lot of respect for them. You know, they're a physical kind of side they've got a tall line out as well. So they're hard on the pressure points, you know, in the breakdown. So we'll have to be ready for that.
Elton, it's your 100th cap, Super Rugby cap. Going to that game, how are you feeling?
So very positive. It's good to be back at Ellis Park. Obviously getting a good, massive milestone, something that I've always wanted to achieve one day. And yeah, it's here on Saturday, so it's not about me, it's about the team and making sure that whatever I have to do for the team, I'll make a good impact. Can you just change marks?
Can't really hear anything that he's saying.
Okay.
Speaks a bit softer than Swys.
Elton, what's been the highlight of your 99 games thus far in Super Rugby? For the Lions, yeah.
Probably my highlight is running on for my first debut. It wasn't the best debut. I think it was against the Bulls at Ellis Park. We lost that game. I think I missed 3 or 4 kicks that day, so it wasn't special. But yeah, that was a big achievement for me. It's something that I really wanted to do as a young player. to make my Super Rugby debut and then going on with that with international rugby as well. So yeah, now I'm at 100. Yeah, it's just for me going out on Saturday and just doing my job and just to inspire the guys around me.
Can you quantify how you've improved from that first game to having played 99 or getting to 100? I mean, how much have you improved?
No.
Probably a lot. I'm older. Yeah, I've been. It was up, and then I had a lot of learnings as well. Lions went out of Super Rugby, and then I had to go to the Stormers. Got a lot of learning from there. Family members obviously passed away with my dad and stuff. So yeah, times went by so quickly, but it was a nice road. I learned a lot, made me a lot more independent, and then I had a stunt in Japan as well, and then I came back to the Lions, which was a positive sign for me, and I couldn't wait to get back to Super Rugby and just to play for the Lions, and then yeah, achieving my 50th game, and then going on from there, achieving 100. That was one of my goals when I started, something that I've told my dad, and yeah, that was it.
Elton, if you don't mind, can you repeat the answer to my first question so we can pick it up because I'm mic. So the question was, how do you feel going to your 100 cap?
Very positive. It's not a big thing this week. It's all about the team and then making sure that stuff we did wrong last week, that we rectify that and score a lot of tries like the coach said earlier. So for me, it's all about the team. It's just by doing my job well for the team on Saturday, and then hopefully we'll celebrate afterwards.
Can we expect a special hairstyle? Elton, yeah, obviously 10's always in the spotlight. If you think back now to when you started, as you say, against the Bulls, the number of flowers that would have been around have probably come and gone in that time. But you've always, even when people have written you off, you've battled back and you come back against people's expectations. Has it sunk in what a great achievement it is to get 100 caps?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'll see how it feels on Saturday, but I've had, I think, legends and guys that I had experience when I was young. I had Butch James, I had Carlos, and then I had Kikere that's coaching with us now as well. So at least I had not mentors, but leaders in that group that I could learn from. And then obviously I was at the Springboks as well. Then I had Morna staying there as well, working with Pat and different flowers as well. And then obviously I was looking at guys like Dan Carter, Johnny Wilkinson, Stephen Larkham, see what they are bringing to the game. Then hopefully that I can learn from them as well. And for me as an individual to keep on growing. And then obviously after the Stormers I met Coach Swys, and yeah, so it's just going well from there on.
Present company and not that is there somebody who stood out as an inspiration, or somebody who helped you through your career in the playing terms and off the field?
I think after my dad, he was obviously my mentor, but after him I decided to leave to Japan. But even before that, when I came back to Coach Akis and then Coach Swys as well, they just got everything going for me. I left to Japan and then I came back, and I've learned a lot from Coach Swys. I love working on the Coach Swys as well. So yeah, it was everything just went according to plan, and from my family side as well, from my agent side as well, everything is just going according to plan. So I'm very happy for that. But I still got a lot of things to learn and still have a lot of growth in it.
Alton, just on your body art, your tattoos, do you first of all know how many you've got? And has each one got a story? And is there still place for 100th? Want to celebrate the 100th somewhere?
There's a lot of space, but I don't count.
Is it? Yeah. And does everyone have a story? Or
yeah, they all have a story. It's very
okay.
personal.
Swys, Elton's role in the team, what does he mean to you and the team?
Yeah, it's honestly, no, it was a massive honour for me. You know, I was still at the Sharks there, and I admired his style of play, and I was hoping I could one day coach him. So it's now 6 years down the line that we've been together. You know, a lot of togetherness there in the style of play. He's an absolute general, and what I love about him, and I can say it in front of him, you know, he can take the knocks and come back. There's a lot of flyers that come and went in the meantime, and he's very coachable. And I think he inspires the guys around him. If you tell Elton, I want you to take it flat, and that's the reason. It's, yes, coach, I'm going. And that's wonderful. And that's a big thing if you play 100 games at 10 and you're the general and you're still coachable. a lot of them lose that ability, and I think that's what makes Elton so special, the kind of guy who he is. And funny enough, you know, even when he was with the Springboks now, the calls we had and the conversation, that meant a lot to me. You know, if I know he's down or whatever and he needs advice, it was always that mutual respect. I've got massive respect for Elton as a player and a human being and what he brings to the team. And I love it when people want to tell this or that, and he just always comes back and he's tenacious, he fights, he never gives up. So it's an honour, Elton, from my side and the team as well, you know, your leadership and what you bring, and it's fantastic to sit here next to you and just be proud of you.
Coach, it's obviously good to have Ross back, and somebody that Elton has played a lot of rugby with. How nice is it to welcome Ross back and sort of like welcome another member of the leadership group?
Yeah, at this stage, you know, with Warren out and Malcolm and especially Ross coming back, and that's fine, we need that. And with Nick Groom doing so well there, slotted in perfectly, Ross's leadership and the amount of games he played with Elton, so that helps a lot. I must say, I was relieved when the doctors did clear him, when he had a good game when he played Jonah against the Falca last week. So Ross makes a massive difference.
So it's just on Warren and Malcolm. Can you tell us when they're going to play again, and have they played in Warren's case, and you know, what is their situation?
Yeah, you know, Warren is a jock. He's a real racehorse kind of guy. The docs will say you're okay. He needs to know that he's 100%, and he's around the corner. We're hoping the next. I don't want to say, you know, because it's hard to say, but we're hoping it's soon. You know, on Waza's side.
Elton, the last couple of games, the backline hasn't been firing the way one almost got used to the way they've been doing for the last couple of seasons. What do you put it down? What do you think is the problem there?
I don't see there's a problem. It's all about continuity, I feel, for me. I think we're going to respect the ball better on Saturday, so hopefully we can score more tries and create more for each other and just inspire each other on Saturday.
Our confidence in Christo as well there, you know, it's all perceptions. Our team has got by far the most line breaks in the competition up to now, which 75% is from the backs. So, you know, I think the expectation maybe is very high. But I don't want us to be too harsh on those, on your question that you asked there, you know. If it's a problem, we'll address it, but there's a lot of line breaks. You can look at the stats at Super Rugby. 58 tries, and the next best South African team has scored 41 in the same competition, same amount of games. So let's focus on the positives rather than the amount of line breaks that did occur.
Elton, there is talk around that the Lions have maybe reached the pinnacle and are now on their way back down the hill. For someone like you, who's been such an integral part of the success and taking the Lions to the pinnacle, how does that sort of talk affect you? How does that make you feel as a senior player within the group?
I don't listen to a lot of voices. I don't listen to a lot of opinions, but I think we all as individuals, as people, we're allowed to have our own opinions. But we've got a lot of young players that's coming through, which is positive for the union as well. So obviously we had a lot of people had a lot of expectations for this year because we played into finals. But again, we had a few losses, but it's nothing to be concerned about. It just shows that the group has still got a lot to learn and still got a lot of growth in them. And then hopefully after the end of the season, we'll see if we can actually be in the final and hopefully win it.
Elton, you're the guy in charge of the Springbok jersey at the moment, although a few other names are starting to become more mentioned as pretenders to your throne, so to speak. How do you feel about the challenges and playing for the Springboks again this year? Are you quite confident you'll still be the man?
Depends how I perform for the Lions. But for me, I don't see individuals. Like I've always said in my interviews as well, that I've got my own certain standards, I've got my own goals. What I want to get out of a training session, what I want to get out of the game, and then obviously I put my team first as well. So the Lions come first for me every single weekend. So if I perform in that Lions jersey, obviously it depends if they want to pick me for the Springboks as a 10 as well. But obviously that's a goal for me. But for me, it's about the moment at the moment. So we're playing the Brumbies this weekend. So my main focus is that game.
Any more questions? One-on-ones afterwards. You're welcome to pick a spot in the middle.